2 years ago, I wrote, directed, and co-produced a short film. And a couple weeks ago, I decided to just finish it and release it in the state that it was in. I uploaded it to YouTube like 2 weeks ago now, so I haven't seen it since I uploaded it that day, and I don't know. I'm gonna see what comes up. I'm gonna note all of the things that I noted as I was editing, things that I would do differently, so I can match the sound. Okay, the first thing I would do differently is I have this opening shot that I'm so proud of. I think it's such an interesting way to enter the story that I'm telling. I wish I took more time. I wish I slowed the fuck down. I was in such a rush to make sure that I wasn't like putting my neighbors out or like taking too much time, or I didn't want, I felt weird not being in the room. I was directing from like over the phone, telling them what to do. And I just felt really frazzled, and so I guess what I would do differently is to just like slow down. I wish that I had more shots, and I wish that we went slower with them. This is something that'll come up later, but like I also really struggled with the cinematographer that day, and because it was my first shoot, I asked him to help me, and then he kind of just took over my job. He tried to take over my job in a lot of ways, and so he would, in a lot of the scenes, he would yell cut, he would say that's good, he would say let's move on, and it took me until the second half of the day to really stand up for myself and be like, hey, I'm not ready to move on. But like, what can you do if he yells cut? What am I, like, the shot's ruined, he's moved the camera, he's no longer locked in. So as a director, you have to be in charge, and that was, I think I did a good job that day. Everybody that worked on the set that day was like, you were such a great director, you were so like in tune with everybody, and I really was. I wanted to make sure everybody was like on the same page. I have a trauma background, so I'm really good at making sure, like, you know, okay, this is like just a small thing, but in the second scene, I have them in the living room, and I have Sam is wearing the headphones and Jordan isn't. The idea is that they're supposed to be in two different worlds. And I have Sam wearing the headphones, but I just, after editing the scene through, it would have made so much more sense if she had the headphones on, and so just thinking about like little consistency things, and it's not even a consistency thing because like there's not a scene before establishing anything, but it's just like character consistency. Also, the set is way too clean. It looks really nice, but like who lives like that? Especially the kinds of things that are styling the scene. It's all my stuff, and it's all very eclectic, and it doesn't look like it should be. Like if it was like a super modern design, like yeah, it should be clean, but like with the stuff I'm using, it shouldn't have been as clean. And I think just like making sure that your prop designs and like your set design and like that it's all matching, that everything makes sense in, yeah, like it's a basic thing. Everything in the frame should matter, but I don't know. And I did do that. Like some of the books that I put out were intentional, like references to things that inspired me about the film, and so I don't know, whatever. Just being really intentional about like what is in every shot and scene and the vibe that the set design is evoking and how that plays into everything.
Hey, what are we doing for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, I'm not really hungry right now. We could do Chinese in a bit if you want.
Are you even listening to me?
No, I'm not really listening. Okay, I'm in the middle of work. I can't just drop everything when I hear your voice.
Okay, I thought you saw the message too. Your hand was on your phone. Whatever.
I just flipped over my phone because I didn't want to be distracted. Because I'm working, okay? I didn't read the message. What did it say?
James and Sam invited us over for Boggle tomorrow.
Okay, great. Yeah. Give me it sounds good. I'm down. Are we good?
I really wanted the lighting to be an important part of this film. The lighting was supposed to help show like the two different worlds that they were living in, and you can kind of see me trying to do it in this scene. The actual lamp that I have is just weird and it gives a weird shadow. You know, I'm trying to decipher like, but I think the solution to that would have been to frame the shot differently rather than to just use it. Because what at first I was gonna say, like, I'm trying to decipher the difference between like I just had limited resources. I had access to my apartment and everything in it. I wasn't gonna go buy a bunch of props. But I think that there's a way to work with what you have better than what I did. And again, I think that like since then I've worked with other cinematographers and had better experiences in what it means to collaborate with someone and to bring a vision to life. And I think that like maybe that day, for multiple reasons, like it just didn't go the way I imagined, like because of the way I showed up too. Like it's not just his fault, but okay, that's all I have to say. Okay, there's a scene in the kitchen that is just, again, the set design, it just looks janky. It just looks like he put together a set design. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look lived in. And I think, I mean, set design is, it's like it actually is such a hard thing. Like it seems like it should be easy, but it's actually so hard. So I have to correct myself, but. Okay, the next scene I have is Jordan had a time limit to make coffee. Sam was coming out of the bathroom. The timing of that whole scene was just off. He spent way too much time washing his hands because we were trying to figure out how much time for him to take, and then he was like, I'm just gonna actually wash my hands. And we were like, okay, just let it be natural, right? Let it be real. And that just took, I don't know, maybe he just like took an extra long time washing his hands so that like we wouldn't judge him or something. The other thing I was gonna say is that when he was coming out of the bathroom, in the script it has it that he was taking a shower, not washing his hands. And so that's part of the reason that the timing was messed up, was because it wasn't supposed to like take, I don't know, it just kind of got a little wonky filming that. I wanted steam to come like trailing out of the bathroom behind him. Again, the camera person was just like, that's not gonna happen. That's not, like, do you have a fog machine? And I was like, no, I have a bathroom with like hot water. And he was like, that's not enough. So he canceled, and that was like day of that he told me that. So I was very kind of frustrated by that, but then we pivoted. We decided to do washing the hands. The washing the hands was, it just like kind of messed up this whole scene. What would I do differently? I don't know. I guess I would have like done a real walkthrough with the director before to like go through the scenes to make sure that like all of these like visual things that I wanted to come together would. I think that would have helped with like the lighting issues that I was having as well. So I think just, yeah, working more closely with the cinematographer, which I already know from projects I've done since, but yeah, I just like really feel the like clear lessons learned, and hopefully in a future situation I'll be able to show up differently.
I'm excited for Goggle later. It should be fun.
I didn't think you wanted to go.
What do you mean? I told you, I'm all yours tonight. No work.
This is kind of a separate thing that I did think about when I was doing casting, but the height difference between my two leads, it just looks awkward with the over-the-shoulder fighting scenes. And because this was a show about, or a short film about a couple in repeated arguments, I think that thinking about height matching like maybe should have been a more important aspect of what I was considering, but I don't know. That's just something to think about, I guess.
We never responded to the group.
Okay, well, I'll do that right now.
Look, you're busy. It's fine.
Oh, I want to go. Do you not want to go?
All I heard you say last night was how wrapped up with work you are. You got your work email pulled up right now.
I'm sending the text, okay? I want to go.
I don't mind handheld filming, but you just have to be really clear with your cinematographer about what you want that to look like. He had this idea that because they were fighting, there should be like a lot of movement. This is like chaotic. He wanted to bring that chaotic energy into the scene, but the whole point of the story I was telling is, what does it feel like to be a fly on the wall in these kinds of situations, and how does that allow you to see both perspectives evenly rather than being on one person's side? Because I think inherently like both sides matter in an argument, in a relationship. You have to care and see about how the other person feels and is interpreting the way that you're acting. And okay, anyways, that didn't come through with the way that the handheld was being recorded. Let me just say it now. Okay, so there's the ending of the movie comes together when that fly on the wall perspective becomes a real person, and you're supposed to kind of put yourself in their shoes at the end of it all. That didn't come together at all. It is confusing, and it makes the way this final scene is filmed, it makes it confusing. Why did we choose this frame? I think so many problems could have been solved if I had a real shot deck. If I had examples for every single frame that I wanted to create, and we were able to match those day of, or a day before, to do a prep day where we were shot matching and figuring out how to set everything up. This would have gone a million times better, but I'm still proud of what came out of that day, but okay.
So is it just like gonna be like this all night? Like you just being cold? Yeah, that's the fucking problem. You said you wanted to come to game night. We're going. And now you're acting like you're mad at me.
expect me to do, but
Like, show a little enthusiasm. Be excited to be out with me. You said you wanted to do this. You want us spending more time together. I wasn't ignoring you last night. I feel like you're still mad at me about last night, and I was in the middle of work, which you saw.
okay, but you're always busy, or you're always working. You never just take
What are
a
we doing
second.
right now? I am with you. We're going to see our friends.
No, this does not count.
It doesn't count?
No, because you're just trying to prove something to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove to you that I care about you and about this relationship. What is the problem with that? What else am I doing?
You're being an asshole.
I'm being an asshole? No, you are the fucking asshole in this relationship. How do you not see that?
You're so fucking delusional. You're so self-obsessed. You have no idea how I actually feel.
Do you actually know what's going on with me these days? Have you asked me one question about work? You can see that I'm busier than normal. You can see that I'm stressed, but you haven't asked me a goddamn question in weeks. I just don't know what to say at this point.
Okay. So what do you want to do then? Should we break up?
That's not what I said.